Hello everyone, myself Viren Patel, associated with LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So in this current video lecture series, we are studying subject of Physics Group 1. So till now, in previous videos of this chapter, Properties of Matter, we have discussed about stress, strain, concept of elasticity, time period of torsional pendulum, work done in stretching a wire, and in last video we have discussed about twisting couple of a cylinder in various cases like solid and hollow cylinder. Now, in this video we will learn the depression of cantilever fixed at one end and loaded at other end. So now, before moving further, let's discuss the basic principles or basic concepts of beam, cantilever and bending of beam. So, first of all, let's start with the beam. So, a beam is a roll of uniform cross-sectional having very large length compared to its breadth and width. So we can say that a beam is a roll of uniform cross-sectional. It has very large length compared to its breadth and width. There are various types of beam. Here, in this chapter, a uniform beam clamped at one end and loaded at the other end is also known as cantilever. So we are going to discuss about the depression of that cantilever. So, cantilever is a uniform beam which is clamped at one end and loaded at the other end. Now, a cantilever gets depressed when a long beam is clamped horizontally at one end to a rigid support and a load is placed at the other end. So, by knowing the dimensions of beam and the load applied, we can find the depression of cantilever. Now, there are some assumptions to obtain that expression of cantilever loaded at free end. So, first one is elastic limit of beam is not exceeded. So, we can say that the beam remains within its elastic limit. Second assumption is, in comparison to load, weight of beam is negligible. Now, the shear stress over any cross section is 0. Next, the material of beam has the same Young's modulus in tension and compression. So, we have discussed that there are two processes, tension and compression. In both that processes, there must be a same Young's modulus of the material of beam. It is a very important assumption for that deriving the expression of that cantilever. Next is, geometrical moment of inertia should be constant. And the last, radius of curvature of neutral surface should be large compared to its thickness. So these are the assumptions we have to keep in mind for their derivation. Now, we discuss the bending of beams. So here you can see in the figure, the filaments on the outer side undergo tension and the filaments on the inner side are compressed. So, here, between such layers, there is a layer that is neither elongated nor compressed. That layer is known as neutral layer. So, in this figure, you can see that NN dash is a neutral layer. Now, the filaments above that neutral surface are elongated and the filaments below the neutral layer are compressed. So we can see in the figure that the above filaments are elongated and the below filaments are compressed. So here this increase and decrease in the length is directly proportional to the distance from neutral surface. So now the sum of moments of these couples about that neutral axis is known as bending moments. Now these are the basic concepts which we have discussed in this lecture, that is beam, cantilever and bending of beams. Now let's start with the today's topic, that is depression of cantilever fixed at one end and loaded at the other end. In order to find the depression of cantilever, let us first derive an expression of bending moment of the beam. So now you can see in the figure there is a filament ED situated at a distance r from the neutral filament NN dash. The length of filament AD and EG is same under the unstrained conditions. So we can say that before applying any type of strain, the length of both the filament AB and ED is same, and that is R into phi. So here we can say that NN dash equals to ED equals to R into phi. Now, under the strained conditions, the length of filament ED will change and it becomes R plus R into phi. So now we know that the equation of strain is nothing but the ratio of change in length to its original length. So here R plus R into phi minus R phi upon R phi. So here numerator stands for change in length and denominator stands for original length. So here we have strain is equals to R by R. Now here we can see that filament above the neutral layer is elongated and strain is produced daily, which we have derived that strain is R by R. Now we know that the Young's modulus Y is nothing but stress by strain. So from that equation we can say that stress equals to Y into strain. So stress is force by area and strain is change in length upon original length. So we have replaced the F by A and R by R in above equation, and by subjecting the force we have the final equation of force F is equals to YAR upon R. So now moment of force, we know the moment of force is tau is equals to small r into YAR by R. So finally we have the moment of force tau is equals to YAR square upon R. Now the total moment of force acting on the filaments due to that staining process is taken by the summation of all their forces. So here T is equals to sigma YR square upon R. But here sigma AR square is nothing but the geometrical moment of inertia. So Ig is equals to sigma AR square. So we replace the value of that Ig in above equation and we will get the T is equals to Y by R into Ig. This equation is nothing but the bending moment of beam. Here bending amount of beam is equals to Y by R into Ig, where the quantity Y into Ig is also called as flexural rigidity of beam. So now you can see in that above figure, here we apply the force W is equal to mg acting at P vertically downward, and that force produces an equal reaction at point A, and that is vertically upward direction. So here we can say that one force is vertically downward at A and one force is vertically upward. So here there are two forces generate a couple due to which a beam bends. So we can say that a bending moment is balanced by a restoring couple formed by the forces. So now, at equilibrium condition, we can say that the bending moment of beam is equal and opposite to the moment of bending couple due to the load. So finally we have the equation mg into L minus x is equals to y by r into ig. Now, if y is the depression of beam and radius of curvature is capital R, then the basic formula of that relation is given by 1 upon r is equals to del square y upon del x square upon 1 plus dy by dx whole square raised to 3 by 2. Here, a depression is small slope. So we can say that dy by dx square in the denominator term is negligible. So we can neglect it and consider that 1 upon r is the rate of change of slope, and we can write the following equation as 1 upon r is equals to d square y by dx square equals to mg L minus x upon y into ig. That mg into L minus x upon y into ig we have recalled from that above equation of 1 upon r. Now, if we integrate above equation, then we have dy by dx mg upon yig bracket lx minus x square by 2. If again we differentiate this equation, then we have y equals to mg upon yig bracket lx square by 2 minus x cube by 6. So here we can take x equals to L. So by putting that value of x equals to L in above equation, we have y equals to mg upon yig bracket L cube by 2 minus L cube by 6. So we rearrange this equation and finally we have the final equation of cantilever is y equals to mg L cube upon 3y into ig. Here, this is the final equation of depression of cantilever, that is clamped at one end and loaded at the other end. Now, if we are considering different types of beam, so here for a beam with rectangular cross section having breadth b and thickness d, which has moment of inertia Ic equals to bd cube by 12. So by replacing that value of Ic equals to b dq upon 12 into the above equation y equals to mg L cube by 3yg, we have the equation of depression of the rectangular cross section is y equals to 4 mg L cube upon y d into dq. Similarly, if we consider the circular beam which has radius r and it has moment of inertia Ic equals to pi r raised to 4 by 4, then similarly if we replace that value of moment of inertia in final equation of that depression of cantilever, we have the depression of that circular beam is y equals to 4 mg L cube upon 3y pi r raised to 4. So, in this video, we have discussed about the concept of beam, bending of beam, cantilever, and we have derived the equation of that bending of moment and depression of that cantilever. And also we have discussed that same cases for rectangular cross section beam and circular beam. Now, in the next video, we will learn to calculate the depression of cantilever beam in case of uniformly distributed load. So that's it for today's session. Thanks for watching.